Hey, I'm Gavin, and there was a recent focusing on Jordan Hall and his conversion. So, hey, Jordan, if you see this. And what captured my attention, or what led my attention to Jordan Hall, was that, I was working with Jason Delport on the convective heat engine, and we're interested in building a city. And Jason had mentioned how Jordan Hall had talked about civium. And so I was just reminded of that listening to Christian Baxter. He's talking about Jordan Hall, and he talks about, well, his video shows how Jordan Hall went to Black Mountain, and there's some talk about the comparison between, a small town and a large town. And this is actually a very interesting topic for me. I'd love to be connected with people who are interested in the topic of how to build a city. Recently I watched Blue Zones with my wife, but this is in general is a really interesting topic for me. I'm connected to Jason Delport, who has the designs for convective heat engine, which can be used to transform deserts into the Garden of Eden, which we wonder if it's not New Jerusalem. And there's a path for how you get to New Jerusalem, and that would require, in my opinion, that we be humble and we experiment with small communities, intentional communities, in order to discover, what works and compare what works at different size communities. And what's happening in the background, this word Christian nationalism keeps popping up. And it's a very attractive word for me when I first encountered it, but then I soon realized that, the word itself has been poisoned, which is interesting. Like, is there an enemy that would want to poison our language and confuse our language such that we cannot manifest the most holy incarnation of a word like Christian nationalism or Christian nation? And so, this is why I'm interested in, this is what I'm interested in, and I'll mention Jordan Hall and Christian and Paul Vanderklay. I recently did a video, mentioning Rick Walker, and it's like I tried to call him out. I was like, if you're actually interested in building communities, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Like, I want to make sure we get medicine right, and education and food, recreation, entertainment. Like, I want to try to incarnate Christ in everything. And I say I want to. That sounds arrogant. I want to help. I want to participate. There's things I'm good at, and there's things I'm not good at. And I don't see people doing this intentionally, pursuing this goal intentionally. So, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in conversations which would lead to people, basically selling their wealth, liquidating their wealth, and going into communities together as a step in the direction toward New Jerusalem. That's what I'm interested in. And so for me, New Jerusalem might be Christian nationalism. It's not the taking of an existing country and repurposing it and attempting to force people to do something they don't want to do. That's not Christian nationalism. That's not the incarnation of Christ into a city or a nation. But that's what I'm interested in. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in, building a community. Yeah, starting something which would allow people to try and build communities together. All right. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.